locked in.
Look at what we have here, folks.
To the only show that matters.
The cream of the crop.
Duke loves wrestling.
And there is no one that does it better than
your host.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
The Duke.
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Welcome back to Duke Loves Rasslin. I am the Duke, and I'm joined by my illustrious co-host, the Boston bad boy, Iron Mike Pelosi.
Oh, yeah, another week. Another week of this.
Huh.
I've got things to do. It's summertime. I would rather not be in it. The sun is still up.
Yes, the sun is still up.
You drag me in here. These where did you buy those on, like, As Seen on TV?
Right? Yeah.
Those are the As Seen on TV glasses, aren't they?
The
high-definition glasses.
high-definition shades As Seen on TV.
Did you buy one? And for a limited time, you can get a second pair. And then you gave them to somebody.
It's like you know my life.
Yeah.
I didn't give them to anybody. I kept the other pair.
What's wrong with
Keep one in the car.
You look ridiculous in those things.
I look awesome.
You look ridiculous.
I look awesome. Okay?
You look like an old man with your fanny pack and your stupid glasses.
And this whole secret
don't
location in
look at me.
high
Don't
def.
look at me.
Oh, now you don't want me to look at
No.
you. Huh? I'm looking sharp in my shades,
No,
Jack.
you look ridiculous.
That's right. Boston bad boy.
Yes.
It is a glorious day. It is a glorious day because we are going to talk about some things. Obviously, the top stories in the world of professional wrestling, of course. But specifically, we're going to talk about this Hulk Hogan situation.
Mm-hmm.
And, folks, let me tell you, strap yourselves in because it's going to get pretty bumpy in here today. You better believe that. That's right. So, what is top stories in the world of professional wrestling?
Don't care.
We're going to find out during Run the Ropes, an extended version of Run the Ropes.
Do you know how tired I am right now?
What?
And I really don't care.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, really.
All right. Well, before we get to any of that, let me just jump into something here because I don't want to play games with you today.
Good.
Last week, we put up the poll
Oh, boy.
on the toilet paper.
Huh.
Does the toilet paper go over or under?
I don't even want to know, nor do I need to know what your poll, which is the least scientific thing since Trump got elected, is going to tell me.
Well,
and even though I bet I won it, I still don't care because your data is bunk in my book, my friend.
Well,
Bunk. Just like your opinions on wrestling.
It is
and
bunk.
That's just everything else. The
It
way
is
you
bunk.
dress.
Well, I dress pretty sharp. Don't start that right now. It is pretty bunk, though, because 91% of respondents stated that the toilet paper roll should go over.
That's right.
And I don't understand why so many people are so wrong about something. It's really embarrassing.
Yeah. It's embarrassing that you had to put a poll up for that.
It's embarrassing that so many people don't know how to put the toilet paper on the roll properly.
You know what? I know where you can put that poll.
Don't start. Stop it right now. So we're going to do a new poll, folks, because I've been getting responses like, dude, keep this poll business up. So it's like, all right, fine. And you better get it right this time, folks, because I'm telling you right now, I'm a little disappointed the last couple of weeks. You messed up on the hot dog being a sandwich. Mm-hmm. Now you messed up on the toilet paper. With it going over, it should go under, by the way. It doesn't go over.
No.
All right. This week's poll, folks. Pineapple. Should it go on pizza? Okay? Should pineapple go on a pizza? And before anybody starts any nonsense, let me tell you right now. On the right pizza, absolutely. I love pineapple on pizza. Okay? You get some nice smoky bacon. You put the pineapple, maybe some black olives and onions. That's a delicious pizza. Okay? Do it well done. And you know what you do? You don't cut it in 8 slices. You do 16.
Will you please take off those
16.
stupid sunglasses?
No, I'm in HD, man. Come on, stop that. This is the future. That's right. So, folks, we're going to put up the poll on Facebook and on Twitter. Duke Loves Rasslin. Pineapple, should it go on a pizza?
What is wrong with you?
You better have the right answer.
If you had any listeners, I'd be worried that they would be worried about you, that you're completely running out of anything to talk about. Now you're talking about pineapples on pizza. I'm ignoring you. Just watching the clock in front of me, waiting for this to be over. It's
Is that
torture.
what you're doing?
It's
Let me
torture.
ask you a question. All right, why don't you get some new headphones there with your duct tape on the headphones?
You know what?
What is that?
There's a certain sound that I enjoy, and these are custom designed and built by me.
Oh.
So they sound great, and the best part about them, they actually filter out 90% of what you say. So they're worth their weight.
Do you have a tinfoil hat to go along with that?
No. At least I just don't have a fanny pack.
Yeah. Well,
you weirdo.
I'm fashionable.
Yeah, you're something.
With that said, run the ropes. It's time to run the ropes. It's when I educate this knucklehead Boston bad boy on the top stories in the world of professional wrestling.
Great, yay.
Let's go. Okay, folks, stop the presses. We have a new NXT champion. Now, listen, if you don't know about this and you don't want to know, step away from the show for about
I'll see you later.
60 seconds. Not you, Boston bad boy. Jesus. So everybody else step away from the show, and we'll give you a minute. Boop, boop, boop. Okay.
Spoiler alert, you a-holes who stayed around.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what you're
Good
supposed
job.
to say.
Well,
That's what you're supposed to say.
Whatever.
And I hope someone didn't leave. I hope they missed that, and they're going to spoil their weekend.
Don't start right now, okay? Aleister Black has lost the NXT championship to none other than Tommaso Ciampa. Now, folks, this is amazing. Think about this guy, Ciampa. I mean, he had that almost career-ending injury. He attacked his partner when he came back, Johnny Gargano, the new Daniel Bryan. And he's worked his way into being the top heel in the business right now, as far as I'm concerned. At least, other than Alexa Bliss. You know, Alexa Bliss is awesome. But yeah, Ciampa has won the NXT championship. So what does this mean for TakeOver? I don't know. But this is pretty awesome.
If you say so.
Ciampa's
when
pretty
you
badass.
describe someone as the next Daniel Bryan, it just puts me to sleep.
Well, I was talking about Gargano. Why would you do that?
I'm just saying because that's where you lost.
But why
me.
would you do that?
I stopped listening after that point.
Don't do that. That's very
Can you
rude.
move it along, please?
Just don't do that. Ronda Rousey to challenge for the championship. Yes, folks, you heard that right. The Raw Women's Championship. Ronda Rousey will be at SummerSlam, and she's going to take on 5 Feet of Fury, Alexa Bliss. And let me tell you right now, Boston Bad Boy, Alexa Bliss is going to win that match. I think Ronda Rousey has to lose this match. She has to lose this match.
Well, because she's a horrible wrestler.
No, she's actually doing very good.
No, she's horrible.
She's doing a great job.
She's horrible.
And you know what? They don't even have her talking anymore. Which is even better.
Well, that maybe
Didn't
that's
I
a slight
say they shouldn't have her
improvement.
talking? And now look
Listen,
at she's a badass.
anybody who ever heard her open her mouth on a wrestling mic knew that she shouldn't be talking.
Just so you know, the guy that she's with, he's a pretty big dude, and he's an MMA fighter too. He would destroy your face.
I don't care.
He would destroy your face.
He probably doesn't like listening to her either.
Well, maybe he doesn't have to.
Yeah, well,
Did you
maybe
ever
he
think
doesn't
about
have to.
that?
Maybe not.
Yeah, she would
Maybe
knock
not.
him out, so you don't have to listen to anything.
Whatever.
Yeah. Anyways, Ronda Rousey's going to go down. Alexa Bliss is going to win. You heard it from the Duke first. I just hope they don't insert Nia Jax into that match. I don't want a triple threat. Let that be one-on-one, please. Vince, do me a favor. Do what I asked you to do. Thank you. Shinsuke Nakamura has a championship. That's right, folks. Listen, if you watched Extreme Rules, you saw the man, Shinsuke Nakamura, defeat Jeff Hardy. Now, how did he do it, Boston Bad Boy? He gave him a low blow.
Okay.
And then he knocked him out with the Kinshasa. That's right. For the 1, 2, 3. Now, this is the best part. He's the United States champion now. And what's his new catchphrase? God bless America.
I like that.
Because,
good.
you know, the gimmick is he's this sneaky Japanese guy.
Yeah, which is
That's what
great.
they put
That's
on him.
playing to a
Yeah, right?
75-year-old stereotype.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
the Pearl Harbor
Isn't that
job,
nice?
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So he flips it on them now.
yeah, because you can't fault a guy for saying "God bless America."
God
can
bless
you?
America. And he says it in a way, and then he looks at you, and it's like that nod, wink, wink.
I can speak English. That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying, yeah.
and this is what I'm choosing to say.
Because before it was no speaking English when you ask him a question,
Yeah,
and he looks
yeah.
at you like, right? So
I'm going to start doing that with you.
is that
when
what
you
do?
when you drag me aside, say no speak English.
How's that going to work out?
No speak English.
Oh, yeah. See? Yeah. It's already working out real well. I'm loving this Shinsuke right now. I think that he's doing some of his best work character-wise. I think it's great. I mean, he's a heel, but it's clear that he's not a heel. He's Shinsuke Nakamura. He's the man. He's awesome. So great job. I want to see an open challenge with him with that United States Championship. Do not take that championship off him anytime soon. And you can build somebody up to eventually chase him for it, and you can have a huge match here. I mean, hey, who knows? Maybe bring back John Cena to challenge him after SummerSlam. That would be awesome. So congratulations, Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States champion. Awesome.
No speak English.
Such a fool, dude. Such a fool. Jim Ross takes a tumble. That's right, folks, at the G1 Climax special. Unfortunately, Jim Ross, he tripped and literally he could have died. I mean, it was a pretty significant tumble there. The way that they had the stage, it was elevated, and he just missed a lip and boop. This is Jim Ross, the legend, the WWE Hall of Famer, and he's over there in Japan with New Japan Pro Wrestling covering the show. And yeah, that was a close call.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and I know we're going to get into some things later on, but didn't he open his mouth and say some really stupid stuff regarding the whole Hogan thing?
That was Jerry the King Lawler, who was his partner. You know what? And Jerry Lawler, we're going to talk about that later. We are going to talk about that later because I have plenty to say to you, pal. That's right. But Jim Ross, we hope you feel better. Get well, my man. Good stuff. And the number one story in the world of professional wrestling is Hulk Hogan has been reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame.
The fake Hall of Fame.
Well, it's not fake. It's actually a real thing. But Hulk Hogan had been suspended indefinitely from the WWE Hall of Fame because of his comments, which were found and posted on Gawker. You know, Hogan was recorded saying a lot of racist things.
The most important thing you have to remember that he said is, I'm a racist.
Yeah, well, he did say I'm
so
racist.
That's, anything above and beyond that is just window dressing.
Sure.
So
WWE did the right thing and they suspended him, but they reinstated him. And it's been a huge story everywhere. Later in the show, folks, we're going to get into it in some detail because I have plenty to say about this. And know the Boston Bad Boy, any opportunity he gets to weigh in on these types of topics, he's going to do.
Absolutely.
Yep. So stay tuned because we're going to come back with that. You've heard what I think. Now, what do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you think I'm a jerk?
Yes.
Maybe something in between?
No.
Head over to Facebook. Head over to Twitter. Type in Duke Loves Rasslin and let me know. Don't be rude, Boston Bad Boy. Don't be rude. You know what, folks? Because it's the summertime, because Boston Bad Boy's getting a little antsy out there because he wants to finish working on his tan. Look at him. He's crazy. We're just going to go straight to it. Up next, we're going to weigh in on this Hulk Hogan situation.
This is former WWE superstar Al Snow and magician to the blind. You're listening to Duke Loves Rasslin.
All right, Boston Bad Boy. We had been talking about this for the past couple of days now when the announcement came out on Sunday that Hulk Hogan, the immortal Hulk Hogan, literally to this day, the most recognizable pro wrestler in the world. I would say that he's still more recognizable than Ric Flair, which is pretty interesting.
Absolutely.
He is reinstated by the WWE into the Hall of Fame.
This is so stupid.
What does that mean?
Well, exactly. You know why it's stupid? Because the WWE Hall of Fame is fake.
Stop it.
It doesn't really mean anything. So why are they drawing a line in the sand with their fans on this issue here?
Well, I think that it's obvious that there's money to be made.
Well, all right. That's always, when it involves Vince McMahon, there's always money. We're always talking money. We're not talking content. We're not talking about, the good of the world. We're talking money.
Well, there's money to be made.
Because that's all he cares about.
I'll tell you a funny story. Michael Strahan, the Hall of Fame former NFL player who's host on the Today Show. Is it Today? Good Morning America, excuse me.
Oh, you're right. Right.
He was talking about pro wrestling, and he brought up Hulk Hogan as like one of his favorite memories of pro wrestling. Stephen A. Smith brought up Hulk Hogan as one of his favorite memories. So people still think about Hogan, and they associate pro wrestling to Hulk Hogan.
Well, it's funny, and you named two African-American people.
Yes.
And I find it interesting, and I wonder, and this leads to another point that I'll make in a bit, but how many times have African-American folks, kids, had to face the fact at some point that their hero was in fact a racist? Like how many times in history, has, a kid growing up and finding out like when they find out how the world works, and it's like, it's something on that level that white kids will never go through. Do you know what I mean?
Steve.
I'm just saying, it's like, there's only so many, especially let's go back to the Hogan era. There weren't many wrestlers of color that were at that level. And even in other things, in sports even, it wasn't as prolific as it is now. In movies, certainly not.
No.
Certainly not.
No.
All your superheroes, with, for instance, the Black Panther, a tertiary character, in comic books, not even movies back then, let's say the 70s, the 80s, it's from the start of motion pictures. And you find out, I'm sure you look up to somebody, you happen to look up to somebody. It's like if I found out Denzel Washington was a murderer, I'm not confronting my race about that.
Sure.
But when you find out that if you're black and you find out that Hulk Hogan is a racist, that's a whole other. It's a whole other universe of bizarre and like a kick in the face.
Sure. It is. It is.
So that's why I find it interesting that those guys that you mentioned still bring it up.
Well, and here's the problem. This issue with Hogan.
I'd be out.
Well, this issue with Hogan has not been covered as it should have been. So let's get that straight, okay? And shout out to TMZ. Shout out to Gawker, even though you don't exist anymore.
I'll say.
But those were the publications that went to great lengths to cover the racism of this story, right? And I know we got the different wrestling websites. I'm not taking anything away from Dave Meltzer or any of you guys out there who have your different wrestling websites, Wrestling Inc. and what have you. You guys have covered this thing too, so don't get me wrong here, WrestleZone, what have you. But as far as mainstream media is concerned, very few have focused on the fact that this guy literally said, I'm racist to a point. F and N-words. You know, I don't want my daughter dating any of those N-words unless it's a really tall, rich N-word. That's what this guy said. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what he said.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you for paraphrasing, by the way.
So what you're saying is nobody is good enough for your daughter if they're black unless they're really tall and rich, right? Unless they're a basketball player, basically, right?
Right.
So let's start there. That's what the man said.
Yeah.
The man said, I'm a racist.
Mm-hmm.
He said that.
Yeah.
That's from him.
Yeah.
So here's the problem that we have right now, folks. The WWE allows Hogan to be reinstated, which means that he's going to be doing promotional things with them and what have you. You know, there's money to be made. Again, Hogan goes before the staff of the WWE, you know, the wrestlers and what have you, and does a big thing where he apologizes formally to them and all this stuff on Sunday. But the stories coming out of that room, the focus of his comments, according to eyewitness accounts, was this is the information age. You could be recorded and you don't even know. Mm-hmm. That's what happened to me. I was recorded. So be careful what you say.
Right. It was a non-apology.
It's not, I'm a friggin' racist and I need to work on that.
Right.
Right?
Right. Right.
It's, hey, man, they recorded me without my knowledge, which is terrible.
I've said it many times before, and this is an extension of what I've said, and that is there's nothing a racist hates more than black people. The only thing a racist hates more than black people is being called a racist.
Absolutely. And
this is an extension of that, whereas the obliviousness. I'm a racist. Wait, that's still a problem?
Right.
I thought we knew I am, and now it's, in other words, well, now you know.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
But wait, what? The guy's completely unhinged.
Well, and here's the thing. There's I'm sorry, and I'm not a racist, and that was just a bad moment and all that stuff. That's the quick statement.
That's the quick out.
We'll brush that one under the rug real quick. But by the way, I was recorded without knowing, and you guys better watch out because it could happen to you. Really?
Didn't he make a lot of money off that?
Tons of money.
Yeah.
Tons of money.
What the F is he talking about?
Dude.
And the balls on Vince McMahon to try and reinstate this guy, given the roster they have now, given the talent they have now, given the push, given the fan base they have now, their fan base is not the Hulk Hogan fan base. Michael Strahan and those guys, they were in the minority of the fan base back then based on their demographic. Now, it's shifted. Mm-hmm. And there is no place for that. No place for that. And I think the only way you make a difference is you hit him where it hurts. You hit him in the pocketbook. So the fans, all you subhumans out there, better stand on something and do what you do to pull some money out. Whether that's skip a pay-per-view and go get a life, stop buying stupid merchandise, stop buying stupid T-shirts. You know what? And if you want to make a difference in the world, you want to get off your lazy ass, write a letter. Write a letter to the advertisers, because that's what's going to happen.
Well, and I think that if you start making a stink about this thing to the advertisers, I mean, the WWE is going to have to do something.
Look what happens. Look what happened on Fox News when all this sexual harassment stuff came out, and people got outraged, rightly so, and they said, "We're going to hit him where it hurts." And guess what happened within days? Days. So if you call yourself a wrestling fan out there and you're not really a subhuman, care about wrestling. Because this is not good for wrestling. And I hope it doesn't take me to tell you that.
Well, speaking of which, I mean, we received in the Duke Loves Rasslin inbox, and folks, it's dukeloveswrestling@gmail.com. You can send us your comments, your mail, what have you. You do pretty often anyway, and especially on the Twitter and the Facebook as well. We got a message from Big Bear from the Nation of African American Wrestling, and he wanted to share comments on behalf of his group there. Can we cue that up? Can we play that there?
Yeah, hang on. Here it is.
What's going on, Duke Loves Wrestling? This is Jabari Big Bear McIntyre, and I am the creator, the president, and the head admin of NAAW, which is the Nation of African American Wrestling. You can find us over at facebook.com/Nation of African American Wrestling. Today I'm reaching out to provide a statement on behalf of myself and the group regarding the reinstatement of Hulk Hogan by the WWE. Personally, I'm kind of indifferent about the situation because I do understand that Hulk Hogan has said some racist and hurtful things. I do understand that he himself admitted that he is a little bit racist. I understand that he feels remorseful about saying those things to my knowledge, and that he wants to show actions that prove that he is remorseful about the situation. Also, WWE has the right to reinstate or uninstate or do whatever they want to do with people in their Hall of Fame. They're going to do what's best for their business, and I understand that. However, I can choose not to and probably won't support them with things concerning Hulk Hogan right now, or maybe ever. I'm not quite sure. I haven't really thought all the way through about that. However, as of right now, I just choose to say, oh well, they're going to do what they're going to do. And as far as the rest of NAAW, most of the feelings are mixed. Most people are hurt. We are really hurt about those statements. We are hurt that WWE is just going to reinstate him, and just bring this to the forefront, because once again, like was said, he did admit that he was a little racist. A lot of members are indifferent about the situation. Also, they have said that WWE is going to do what they're going to do, and most people are and the other people are like, we'll just get over it. Our opinions are just our opinions. We feel that, yes, WWE once again is going to do what the WWE is going to do. We will monitor the situation. We are just going to see what develops further. And this is Jabari Big Bear McIntyre once again on behalf of the Nation of African American Wrestling. Have a good day, brother.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I think that there was some measured statement there, which seems to be the norm, where folks are a little indifferent about the fact that Hogan is back in the WWE, mainly because it's not surprising, which is really unfortunate. So it's like we have such low expectations of the powers that be in the WWE. We're not surprised that they let a racist back into their company, and they're going to be featuring this person. Because let's not play games here, folks. They didn't let the guy back in just for the hell of it. They want to feature him, okay? They just signed a contract with two companies here, USA and Fox, where they're going to be putting on SmackDown and Raw, and it was like $2.something billion.
Right.
I mean, they need content.
Right.
And there's a lot of Hogan content out there that they can still repackage and put out there and what have you. And Hogan is still a big face, big draw, big name. He's not going to wrestle, but put him out there, people are going to watch, right?
Well, why? But why? Why are they? Why? Why are they going to watch?
How many people know about this? That's the issue.
Know about the Gawker
And
thing.
that's what I keep coming back to, because they know about the Gawker trial potentially, that he had a sex tape.
Right.
He was recorded without his knowledge, and he won a lawsuit which took down that website. But I think that has overshadowed the fact of what he said on the tape, which was all this racism.
Right.
Right?
Right. Right.
And let me call somebody out for a second. Don't hold me back, Boston Bad Boy.
I would never touch you.
WWE Hall of Famer Jerry the King Lawler had the audacity to say, and listen, Jerry, I respect what your contribution to the wrestling business, but I don't know if I respect you as a man after what you said here. He had the audacity to say, Hogan is not a racist, and this is just PC culture. He shouldn't have been suspended. This is just PC culture.
Everyone's a real hero. They pull out the PC thing, and now they're a hero. You know why? Because everyone wants to sound smarter than the next guy.
Sure.
It's like Trump tweeting, smart people understood what happened between me and Putin. Because that way his idiot followers can, see, we're smart. Obviously, I'm the smart one. I get it. You're the It's the same thing.
It's embarrassing.
It's the same. It's funny. The same racist tactic that the United States president takes is the same racist tactic idiot Jerry the King Lawler takes.
And Lawler, I mean, you're a guy with your issues with the underage girls and some of these other issues.
You better hope
no
one's secretly recording you.
Yeah. For you to sit there and have the audacity
to say...
Well,
that's what it is. Because he's next.
He's
right?
next.
He's next. You got a posture.
Yeah, so we better protect ourselves here, right?
Baloney.
Give me a break. The guy said on the tape he's a racist. Am I supposed to say, well, I know better. No, he's not a racist. He admitted he's a racist.
This is what's ridiculous about this. And this is why this is going to be... It's going to get worse, I think, before it gets better. But why is it that a major problem in this country is that black people, in particular, have to constantly ask themselves, is this in my black interest? Like, can I support this guy? Can I watch this movie? Can I support this politician? Not based on anything. Like, I have to start with my skin color and my culture. I don't have to do that, me personally, because that's not an issue between me and society. Just by the luck of the draw that I'm white. But there's a lot of people who can't grab a bowl of popcorn and go sit and watch wrestling because now they have to go, well, geez, guys are racist. Like, I don't know. Now I can't. Do you know what I mean?
This guy hates me.
Right. This guy doesn't know me and he hates me.
Yeah, because of the color of my skin, this guy says,
I don't like you off the bat.
F and N words.
That's right.
Right?
Right. That is so screwed up, that status quo that we have right now, that this is sort of scratching the surface of that. And it can't work in their favor. It can't work out in their favor because now people are aware. There's this, we've seen so much shit in this past 2 years with this idiot president and these idiot shrinking white supremacist movement in this country, which is really what it is. From an economic standpoint, from an educational standpoint, from a direct racism, violent standpoint, that people now on the other side, and by that I mean people who are black and people who understand people from different backgrounds and people who just need to be people, it's like the window's closing for this. How do you win on this? Are you in it for a cash grab? Maybe you are. Does he think he's not going to screw up again?
I know, and that's the thing.
What kind of a gamble do you want to take? Papa John's guy, whatever his idiot name is he Papa John? I think he was.
Yeah. He's
doing his thing, uses the N-word on a conference call. He lost his... It's over.
Yep.
It's over. Now, he didn't go running some black person off the road. He didn't go whatever. He didn't do anything violent. He didn't... No Hitler salute. He said the N-word in a conference call, and that was enough. Why would you risk a $2 billion deal, the future of your company, on a guy who said all that stuff and more,
and keep him away from my daughter
on a tape?
Yep.
And you don't think that's going to happen again,
dude?
Now I bust your chops because I think Vince McMahon is stupid, but this is stupid.
Well,
where are the people?
And where are the people?
Who? Right.
Yeah. Is it
it's
him
like the
or
president. Where is everybody else?
Who's controlling
Who's asleep at the switch here going, yeah, this isn't a liability at all.
A publicly traded company is going to let this person back in and feature this person. Like they
But how is it that Papa John loses his job, and they think this is a good idea when this guy's also on tape?
Yeah, it's a question.
I think it's because racists, like I said, inherently have this sort of above-it-all attitude.
It's not a big deal, right?
It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal. PC culture.
I know black people.
Yeah.
I have black people that work for me.
And this is what this guy says. I've helped a lot of black people out, and you know what Hulk Hogan has done for this black person and that black wrestler, and he's done it. There's no way he's a racist. Well, the man called himself a racist.
Right. So let's start there. Now, if Hulk Hogan said, and he went into this meeting, and he said, you've all heard the tape. I said I'm a racist. And at the time, I was. But I'm working on it, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I love all you guys. We're in the business. This is the business. It was a wrong thing to say. It's inexcusable, but I want you to know it's not the way I think anymore. You can do that. I think people can change.
That's a start. Yeah, and that's the thing.
And I think people can change.
And
but
that's
if
the
you're
thing.
giving this guy no incentive,
Yeah.
so you're giving him no incentive, and you've got your whole roster of women, of people of color, sitting staring at this guy, and he's up there just blustering on. What's his incentive to change? And you know what's going to happen? It's going to happen again.
Yep.
And you know who's going to fall victim to it? The young black wrestling fan who's going to go right down the primrose path being a fan of Hulk Hogan, and they're going to get smacked in the face with it again. And that's the unfair thing, and that proves that Vince McMahon does not care about the business. He doesn't care about wrestling. He cares about the almighty dollar, and that's where you're going to have to hit this guy.
And what are you communicating to your roster? So you have the New Day, you have Titus O'Neil.
Exactly right.
But you have everybody. I mean,
Hey, you guys are the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
we're going to dig out this effing dinosaur who hates you, never met you, hates you because you're black, and we're going to pump money into him, and he's going to pump money back to us. And you guys just go and do your thing. And by the way, the women can't wrestle when we go to Saudi Arabia.
And
do you know what I mean? Like,
and that's the thing.
It's all over. The wheels are off the wagon here.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
Yep.
It's absolutely
There's no
ridiculous.
accountability. And listen,
how do you run a business like that?
WWE, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And I'm disgusted with you, to be honest with you. And Boston Bad Boy, I was going back and forth with this, and we were talking about this off air.
Yep.
I'm not ready to turn the channel yet, but I'm going to make a lot of noise.
Well, I certainly hope so.
And I think this concept of reaching out to the advertisers and asking them, is this what you want to support? This type of crap. Right? This employing these types of folks. Because let's not make a mistake here and not understand that Hulk Hogan is going to draw and continue to draw paychecks because he's back in.
Well, and this is it, too. So you let Hulk Hogan in. And then some wrestler, Joe Schmo, he gets caught saying something racist. Now they have to make an example out of him, but he's going to turn around and say, wait a minute.
Yeah. What about this
guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
What about this guy?
Yeah.
Why would you? What business sense does that make? Now, it could all be a publicity stunt. I wouldn't put that past Vince. They're going to just do all this. There's all this Hogan, blah, 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 blah. They're generating news. And then it's going to go, well, we decided we're going to do something different. It'll be, Hogan decided he'll do something different.
But is it worth it?
Is it ever? This is a company who's continually played on stereotypes to make its money. From its heels and its faces, Arabs or pseudo-Arabs or whatever it is, the Asians, scary black guys. This is just an extension of that. The kayfabe has drifted into the business. And I think Vince, he's lost touch. But again, where's everybody else?
But is it him? Is it really him?
If
or
it's
is
not him,
then that's even worse.
Exactly.
Because you got other people making these same bonehead decisions.
Right. And
they were supposed to be progressive.
Listen, they're carny folk.
Yep.
So are we asking too much of them to understand the nuances of racism in this country? I would say maybe, but also don't have a business then.
Yeah.
Don't have a publicly traded business that benefits from the taxpayers' infrastructure.
I'm gonna watch the stock. We'll see what happens with this. Folks, reach out to Duke Loves Rasslin on Twitter, on Facebook. We're going to put up a poll. What do you think? This Hulk Hogan thing, was this
Finally,
the
a
right
real
move
poll.
or the wrong move by the WWE to reinstate him? And again, for all of you out there, well, he's just reinstated to the Hall of Fame. What does that mean? Think about that. That means they're going to feature him. You're going to see more specials on the network.
Right.
You're going to see him at the TV day when they do the up fronts and what have you.
And it's going to normalize him.
It's going to normalize him.
And if you normalize him, you normalize his behavior. Now, there's a lot of people who say, well, I can separate the blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you something. Like I said last week when I talked about that Neil Young show and people getting upset about not wanting to hear the story behind because it's hard to look at. They've been normalized that it's okay that thing, there's a cognitive dissonance there. And so if you normalize Hogan, like, you have to take what comes along with it. Like,
Absolutely.
when you listen to the Neil Young song, you have to take what comes along with it. Just like with Hogan, you have to take what comes along with it. Anybody. If someone's a murderer, they don't get a job because they're an ex-con. You have to take what comes along with it. So if you just go out there and just sell dolls and you sell T-shirts and you sell TV shows and you sell whatever, who gets it swept under the rug?
And again, what are you communicating to your staff? We don't care about you.
And where are they going to go?
Yeah,
We've
and
got
that's
them
the
painted
problem.
into a corner.
It's a monopoly. It's a monopoly. Let's call it what it is.
And maybe this is it. Maybe this is the tipping point. Maybe they've reached too much. It's gone too far. And they only brought it upon themselves.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you, damn you, Hogan, and damn you, WWE, for bringing him back. Right. Period.
Listen.
Okay?
You know what?
Period.
Yeah.
And I don't care who
I
look,
blame them more than him at this point, though.
Be upset at us for saying this.
Yeah, well,
Right?
I blame them more at this point.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't need the cash.
But they should know better.
Of course they should.
Yeah.
But if I'm him, as horrifying as that sounds,
I want to redeem myself. I want to be out there and
I'm looking for an in.
Tell me it's okay.
Tell me I'm okay.
Tell me I'm okay.
Tell
You
me
know?
it's okay.
Yeah.
Tell me you think like that too.
Yes. Or tell me that I've paid my price. So this is the other thing.
Yeah.
The guy hasn't done anything.
No.
What? Because he did a couple of speeches somewhere. Maybe he's going to donate a couple bucks here and there. No. When you focus on the fact that you're recorded, and everybody better watch out because you could be recorded right now, as opposed to, hey, by the way, I'm an effed up person because I feel that because of the color of somebody's skin, I'm somehow better than them. Right. My daughter is better than you because of the color of your skin.
And have you seen his daughter? She's really nothing to look at.
Stop that. I would never disrespect her like that. Shout out to Brooke. But seriously, it's like you're an effed up person.
Yeah.
Because you feel that skin color makes one person better than another. And because of that, F and N words. But if you're rich and if you're tall and athlete, then maybe I'll let you into the secret club.
Something else that we haven't touched on yet really is that why now? I know why now.
Yeah.
I know why now. Look who we elected president of the United States.
Too. Sure.
Look what he gets away with.
Sure.
Look what he gets away with saying.
Sure.
And doing.
So
and
now's
making
the time.
fun of.
Now's the time. Yeah.
Listen, if not now,
you ain't
listen,
ever
if you can
better.
get a racist elected president of the United States, sure, you can get him in the WWE Hall of Fame. Hey, wait, they'll both be in the WWE Hall of Fame. Look at that.
Yeah.
Boy, they're chock full, aren't they? It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. Vince McMahon, you disgust me. I wouldn't piss on you if you were on fire.
Well,
okay? There, I said it.
Vince, you really need to have a come to Jesus moment, though, seriously, because this is just embarrassing. All right, folks, join us next week, where hopefully we'll be talking about something that's not so
a bit of a downer.
Crazy. Yeah, that was
a bit of a downer.
But we had to talk about it. It's top story.
Well, yeah, and it's a microcosm of what's going on right now.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. Hey,
if you don't like it, turn the channel and be a moron.
Yeah, that's it. It is what it is. But I'll tell you right now, the man admitted he was a racist. And for anybody out there to say, well, he's not a racist after he admitted he's a racist, you know what I say to you? You're an idiot. Take it away, Tony Schiavone.
Mr. Tony Schiavone, and we're desperately out of time on Duke Loves Wrestling.